Hello, guys, and welcome to Cooking with NAAZ. Today we've got a special one. Today we will be making Sabzi Chalaw, which is a Afghani rice dish, and on the side we've got a spinach. So, what we are going to be needing is we've got some Sela basmati rice. This is the company we use from. It's called Habib. It's a nice Sela rice. Extra long grains as well. You can see that later once our rice is cooked, they will be very, very, very long. So here you go. I've got about 1 kg rice here. I will be washing this in a second, just showing you guys what the rice will look like. It's nice and white as well. Next to that, I've got around 500 to 700 grams of meat, which I will be adding into my rice, guys, so stay tuned. And then the main dish, we've got the spinach. I'm using unwashed baby leaf spinach. I will be washing this, of course. I'm using the baby leaves because they're nice and small, nice and juicy, and they just taste wonderful. In my spinach, I will be adding some coriander. I've got one whole leek over here. I've got some garlic, onions, and green chilies as well. As you can tell, guys, from all my videos, I like my food nice and spicy, so I always add fresh green chilies into my food and my dishes. So those were all my ingredients, guys. I think it's time to start cooking now. So we will start off with washing our rice. I'll wash my rice around 3 to 4 times. I just add some water into it. I shake it and mix it well, and then take the water out and add some fresh water to it and do exactly the same. And I'll repeat this for 3 times. It's always really good to wash your rice as well. You can see from the water it gets a bit white. It looks like it's been dirty. So make sure to wash your rice. It's literally taking not even 5 minutes, around 1 to 2, 3 minutes. Just make sure you wash it properly though. So yeah, as you can see, your rice got a little thing to it. Just wash it all off. There you go, guys. This is my last time washing it now. The third time as well. There you go. So after 3 times washing it, I'll add a bit more water to it, and I'll just leave it. I'm going to leave it as long as I'm going to cook the rest of the food. And my rice will be the last thing I will be making. So just add some water and just leave it to the side, guys. There we go. Added some water. Make sure to add enough water. Don't just add a little bit of water. Make sure all your rice is underneath that water. So we will start off the meat. I've got 2 big onions. I will be cutting my onions into slices. There you go, nice and quick. Everything's nice and cut it up now. I'm going to put those onions in the pan first. There you go. So the pan I'll be using is a pressure cooker. I just add some oil at the bottom of it. On top of my oil, I will be adding the sliced onions. So the oil I've been using is the sunflower oil. It's nice and healthy as well. So once the oil is in the pan, make sure not to have your pan really hot, because the oil will literally splat in your face. So make sure to keep on a normal heat. Add your onions to it so your onions won't get burned straight up. So once the onions are in the pan, I am going to leave them for a bit. I do not want them to be cooked very well done, as long as they steamed up for a little, so I can add the meat straight after. As you guys can see, my onions are not brown. They have been cooked, but they're not brown. As you can see, they're really nice and soft now, and this should be enough for you to put your meat on top in a second. Also, make sure not to have your pan too hot, because your onions are quite soft and thin. They will get burnt and they'll go black, and that's not what you want, because we are going to be using the onions later once you get a nice juice of it. Nice and soft onions in your pan. I think it's time to finally add the meat to it. As you guys can see, I've got no burnt onions in there. That's the heat you need to get. Added the meat on top of the onions. I will be adding a bit of salt on top of the meat. Not too much, not too little. There we go. I've got all the salt on there. Mix it thoroughly so the salt won't just get stuck on one side of meat. You don't want someone to come up to you once it's all cooked and say, my meat is too salty. There you go. Make sure to mix the onions and the meat nicely. Now the meat and onions are nicely mixed. I will be adding turmeric to it. Turmeric will give it a nice colour, and it's really healthy as well. So I'll be adding a bit of turmeric on it, mix it properly. As you can see, the colour is changing into a bit of yellowish orangey colour. Now it's been mixed very nicely. I will be adding some water to this. I'll be using around 3 cups of water in total. That's one. That's the second one. And this will be my last one, which is the third one. So what I'm going to do now is I will mix it nicely. As you can see, you can still see the onions, you've got the meat, you've got the turmeric and salt in there. I'll close the top and I'll leave it in the pressure cooker for around 40 to 45 minutes. As you guys can see in the background right now, it is in the pressure cooker and it will stay in there for around 40 to 45 minutes. Let's get to our sabzi. So for our sabzi, we will be using coriander. I've got 1 whole leek and the baby leaf spinach. So I'll start off with the leeks. I've got them nice in slices, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those around sideways and I will cut them to get little pieces. So those are the pieces you'll need. As I told you guys, slice them up, turn them around and cut them in little pieces. So we start off with oiling our pan again, and it's the same oil, sunflower oil, that I'll be using. I will be adding my cottage leeks in there first. And I will just mix it around. So now I will be adding a little bit of salt into my leeks. And it's the same with the leeks as it was with the onions. Do not leave it on too hot because it will burn. Leeks, once they have been put in a pan, they go really soggy and they start watering up because leeks have a lot of water in them. So it will literally get burned. Now I will be chopping my coriander, my green chilies and the garlic I got over here. Here we go, all chopped. Nice and quick. There we go. I wish life was like this, just sweeping like this and everything's caught. Green chilies, coriander and the garlic nicely chopped up and ready to get in the pan. Let's have a look at the pan. There you go. You've got your leeks still cooking in there nicely. I will be adding all of those in one go. And I will mix it. I have left the leeks, garlic, coriander just to sit in each other to give you a nice texture as well. I am going to leave it for a few more minutes and then I will add the baby spinach to it. There you go. I'm still mixing it properly because I do not want it to get burned. And I think it's nearly time to add our spinach to this. The spinach I'll be using are in bags. It's called unwashed spinach, which means you have to wash it yourself. So make sure to check your bags first, whether it's been washed or not, and always just wash it one more time if you're not sure. There you go. I'm just washing it a couple of times and I'll just add it into my pan in a second. As you can see, guys, my leeks are nice and soggy right now. It's still got wood in there, which is from the leeks. It will be more once I added the baby spinach to it, because baby spinach has a lot of water as well. So my spinach has been washed up and I've cut it into little pieces. You can see, guys. I've not just left them as big leaves because that will take longer to cook, guys. There you go. It looks a lot, but believe it or not, once it's all cooked, you will have a tiny, tiny bit left. Spinach is really healthy for you guys. It's good for everyone, young or old. It has a lot of vitamins, minerals, and good sources for yourself and your body. So make sure to have loads of vegetables in your meals, guys. So I'm just going to mix it with the leaves underneath. This looks a lot right now, but once I put the top of the pan on it, it will steam up and you guys will see what happens to the leeks. There you go, I've closed it all up now. As you can guys see, in the background, my spinach has been cooked around 30-40% now. So the big leaves are gone. This is what you're left with, small pieces. As you guys can see, there's a lot of water in my pan. I've never added water into my pan, but because of the leaves, it has so much water in them, it all comes up. So what we have to do is, I will leave the pan for what it is right now. I'll just mixing it one more time, just the bottom bit of it, and I'll just leave it to dry up itself. This can take up to 30 or 40 minutes, so if it takes longer, do not worry, because it will all dry up eventually. So you've got my pressure cooker with the meat in there at the background. I've got my spinach getting ready here. There's one thing left to do, which is my rice. There you go. It's still bubbling up over there, so that means the water has not dried up. As you can see, my rice is soaked as well, and it's ready to be cooked, guys. As I said, guys, do not worry about the water, it will dry up. I know it looks a lot, but it will dry up eventually. Also, did you guys see how small it got now? When I had it in the pan, it was massive. It's gone really small now. There we go, guys. As you can see, there's less and less water in the pan. I've still got a tiny bit of water in this. I'm just going to leave it for a bit more. But this is getting closer to your end result, guys. Let's have a look how much water I've got left in the pan. There you go, just a tiny bit more, and it's nearly done. I'm just gonna let this dry up as well, so we can serve it up in a few minutes. There you go, there's still some water left in there, as you can see. There we go, guys. Look at that. It's getting better and better. And this is my end result, guys. As you can see, there's no water left no more, just pure spinach that is ready to be eaten. See, there's no water left in between. Perfect. Let's get to our last bit of today, which is the rice that I will be cooking. So what I will be doing is I will boil some water, put that in my pan, and I will chuck out this water which the rice is in. I will take that out, I will rinse it all out, and I will only put the rice inside my pan. There you go. So I've got my water. As you can see, it's all nice and boiling hot. And now I will be adding my rice. There you go. There's no water in my rice or whatsoever. I will only put the rice inside my boiling water. This is our meat after 40 to 45 minutes. My meat is cooked fully. What I'm going to do is I will be taking out the meat, but the juice, as you can see, with the onions, I will be using to season my rice later on. There you go. As you can see, guys, nice big chunks of meat. That looks amazing. I love meat and I can't wait to eat this. So what I'm going to do is with the juice, I've got a little tiny pan. I will be using the juice that's where the meat has been cooked in. I will be using that to season my rice later on. So I'll pour it all into my little pan and warm it up. There we go. And I've got the meat all separately. So my water for my rice is boiling hot right now. It's literally boiling up and I will be adding all my rice into this. As I said, guys, do not forget to pour the water of the rice out first when you add the rice into your boiling water, because you only need to put the rice into your boiling water. So don't just chuck the water and the rice inside your boiling water. There we go. There you go. So what I'm going to be doing is, because of the hot and boiling water and the rice being in there, I will be stirring it just a tiny bit just to make sure my rice is covered and all around the water so it won't get talk to each other. Did you guys just see that around the corners? My hot water is literally boiling up my rice. So my rice will not be in that hot water for a long time. I'll only leave it for a couple of minutes because I do not want my rice to be too soft. Because I will be steaming the rice afterwards. So I'm just gonna close the top of it and I'll leave it for a couple of minutes and then take it out. There you go. As you guys can see, it's still boiling up over there. Make sure to keep an eye on it because you do not want it to be too soft. It looks more boiled now, doesn't it, guys? So I think it looks quite nice right now. It's nice and boiled up. I will be taking the water out in a second. There you go. I've literally chucked the rice away. All the water's come out now and I've only got rice left. I've put the rice back into my pan. Do you guys remember the juice I warmed up earlier? So I will be pouring this all over my rice now. There we go. It will give my rice a nice yellowish gold brownish colour. There you go, just mixing it so the colour goes everywhere. There you go. So the juice has been poured all over it. What I'm going to be doing now is I will put the meat all around the pan now so I can steam the meat as well as the rice at the same time. Isn't that smart, guys? There we go. Nice and neat. All the meat around the rice. So pouring the meat and the juice all over the rice will give the rice a nice smell and nice taste to it. It just feels like you've cooked the meat and the rice together. So I've got the meat around it. I've made some holes inside my rice which will help steaming up the rice. I have added some garam masala as well. And that's all on top of my rice. As you guys can see, there's still onions in there which will make it amazing. So what I'm going to be doing now is I will cover up the top of my rice. There we go. I've got a nice band for the top of my pan so the steam will not come out at all. It will stay inside my pan as long as I leave it on for. It's time to heat up a little bit of oil for my rice to pour it all over it. There we go. All I need is nice hot oil that I can pour all over my rice. And once again, it is the sunflower oil that I will be using. There you go, it's nice and hot now. So I'm going to take the top off, guys. I will pour the oil all over the rice as soon as I can. I will not leave it too long because the steam will all come out and there's no point of it to steam. So make sure to open it, pour the oil all over it and close the top again. There we go. And it's time to close the top. So I'll leave this for a few more minutes and then it should be ready to serve, guys. And here we go. This is what we were waiting for. Our rice is ready. As you guys can see, I've got a nice long rice grains. That looks amazing, doesn't it, guys? And I think it's time to serve up our rice, meat and our spinach, which will give us our Sabzi Chalaw. All we were waiting for was our spinach. Here we go, guys. Spinach all nice and soft. As you can see, there's no water, nothing in there no more. It's all dried up. It looks nice and juicy even though the water has dried up. It's a healthy and nice dish, and we will be eating this together with our rice and our meat. I've mixed the meat and the rice together now and I've served it up. The rice got a nice yellowish texture to it. It's nice and soft, big long grains as well, and it smells amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. So I will serve this up just the way you've guys just seen it. I will have a little bit of salad next to it as well because I love my salad next to it. You guys can serve it up with some yogurt, salad, some bread, some drinks, anything you like, guys. There you go, I've got my salad ready as well. Wonderful. So in my salad, I've used cucumber, tomatoes, onions, lettuce, and I've got a few olives in there as well. And I've used some dry mint, which gives it a nice taste. there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe as well. And as I always would say, guys, if there's anything else you guys want me to make, just drop me a message, drop a comment and let me know what you want me to make. Let me know what you found of this video, whether it was helpful, whether you made it, whether you liked it. Just let me know, guys. And as I would say, guys, I will see you guys later.